Hello, welcome to another Scraplift Crafternoon. I am Karen. I am the everything here at the channel on Instagram and Facebook. And if you don't already subscribe, this would be the time to go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't forget at the end. Let's talk about what we're doing today. We are scraplifting this fabulous layout from Shannon, TP Girl Scraps over on Insta. I love a good grid layout, and this one took my breath away. Now let's talk about why. So this has such an amazing layout to it. It is a grid, but it is not a typical grid, or at least I didn't feel like it was when I saw it. I felt like that there were so many pieces that she did that shifted. So you still have a grid, you still have some really fun things going on, but I feel like that there were a lot of places that this layout could be lifted over and over again and looks so different. I mean, there's the obvious things, flipping it, turning it. All of those things make sense. But it also makes sense that this one would be a fantastic base. Let me explain that. So when I think about grid layouts, typically I think of the entire page being over and over and over again, lots and lots of repetition. This one, however, doesn't do that. This one gives us places where we are breaking up the grid. So here is what I have done. We are going to pull so much inspiration from this piece that I am just giddy with excitement. Uh-oh, that got a little dirty. That'll be fine because it'll be covered up. So I am not going to be using a whole lot of paper. We are going to go with this piece is going to be here and here. So I'm going to split it in half and we're going to have it in the two places. And then we're going to use some embellishments to kind of change it up a little bit. I have taken pictures from date night. This is one of our current favorite little restaurants that's local. It's called Robber. And it's about a 20-minute drive from my house. It's 2 towns over. We live in a metropolitan area, so when I say 2 towns over, it's not like 2 towns over. It's more like suburbs, but they're not suburbs. They're different towns. Anyway, that's the weirdness of where I live. So I went ahead, and because she has these with a white border, when I set these up in Illustrator, which is how I print most of my photos now, I set it up so that all I have to do is chop the black lines and I'm good. So one of the things that I love about this area, this little town, it's called Benton, is they have lots of murals all over the place. And the light was perfect. I was in that glory hour of light outside as the sun was setting and the colors were perfect. And I love this little Oh Hey mural that's across the street. It's in the parking lot where we park, but it's across the street. And it's this beautiful floral. And then like where the wall texture changes, it does this really cool grid thing. And it says, oh, hey, and it has a light. I mean, it's like the city has decided this square area is going to be where they draw people. Such a cute idea. Love this little restaurant. I look at the side of the building. I had to do 2 different angles. So this is, you couldn't see it because of the car from where I was. If there was no car there, I probably wouldn't have done 2 pictures. But anyway, I digress. This is like, as you come up, super cool feel to this restaurant. But look, they have all the knives on the side of it. So cool. So plan is to cut these on the lines, and then we have our 4 photos. I am not 100% sure how I want to lay these out. We may mess with those for just a little bit to get the balance right. I do want to keep the one picture that has a face in it in the same corner where she had hers. I set mine up a little different. I love that this is a narrower picture with the band. I did not do that. To be quite honest, when I was setting up my photos, I was just thinking the overall size. I wasn't remembering this little detail. I will have to remember that for a different layout because I love this look. Oh, so cool. All right. Then we're going to split this and we're going to have part of it here and part of it down here. And then I've pulled a bunch of other things that we're going to work with and stamp with. To create this area here, I'm actually going to use these two pieces. These are Ellie Studio and Pretty Little Studios. And I'm actually going to stamp in the dark blue part of the circle. And this is going to come kind of down here at the bottom in this area. Now let's look at my stamps. Oh, I'm so excited. I have lots of really fun stamps. This is the August Stamp Society, and we're going to stamp either date night or we may do the name of the restaurant. I'm not real sure yet. But that's going to go in the piece that's up here at the top. And then I have these. This one is Studio Calico. This one is, I'm pretty sure I don't know. I pulled it out of the packaging and put it over there. It may also be Studio Calico. Anyway, anywho, we have lots of things that we could do here. If I decide I don't like this look, I have this that I think would be great right there. And it could be stamped and customized. I love this Unforgettable along with like Local Eats. I mean, this is perfect. So we're going to do some stamping. I am going to use, what ink am I going to use? I think we're going to go with VersaFine Clear. Or we may use Archival. I have lots of colors in VersaFine Clear. I have some colors in Archival. We'll see. But that's where I'm headed. I feel like on this paper that's a little bit shiny, it has some shine to it, that we might like the Archival better. But we'll get to that when we get to that. I do think that I like the idea of the VersaFine because it's a pigment ink, so that means it's a thicker ink on this textured paper, even though this is a textured stamp. Anyway, I'm going to clear the deck and we're going to make a layout. here it is. So originally I thought I was going to put the title up at the top where she had her title. Let me show you. Here. But I actually kind of like that when you leave this little section off and you kind of shift everything this way, it gives you this, I don't know, nothingness with the rest of it. It gives a really, really nice balance that I just can't explain. So here this is. I really love it. I did end up using VersaFine Clear and had no problem with it, which really made me happy. I was scared on the slick paper it was going to slide a little bit since it is a pigment ink, but it did not. It was beautiful. And here it is. So let's talk about the stuff down below. We have links to everyone who's playing along today, as well as some affiliate links. I really, really appreciate when you guys use those affiliate links. It adds nothing to your cost, but it gives me a little bit of working space to be able to bring in new things to the scrap room to bring you new layouts. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for using those links. But here's the biggest thing you can do. Everybody that's down here on this playlist could use your love. And by love, I mean clicking that like button. It is absolutely free, costs you nothing, but it means the world to those of us who are creating. So my friends, I want to thank you for being here. I want to invite you to get inspired from Shannon's beautiful layout. And I can't wait to see what you make. Until we're together again in the next video, my friend, go make some memories. Bye-bye.